Gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the Lancer Aquatic Center on the campus of California Baptist University for Day 2 of the 2022 Golden Coast Conference Women's Championships. Game 6 is our 5th place game and features number 5 seed AZUSA Pacific taking on number 6 seed Santa Clara. The Golden Coast Conference and our 8 competing institutions are committed to the ideals of good sportsmanship and fair play. We ask all persons to please show respect for the opposing team, game officials, and each other. Persons throwing objects or participating in other acts in conflict with good sportsmanship and fair play are subject to ejection. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. And now, let's meet the starters for our 5th place game. First, wearing the white caps in today's game is the Broncos of Santa Clara. In goal, number 1A, Liaria Senadahera. At center, number 2, Lauren Baglietto. At driver, number 5, Mia Batalega. At attacker, number 12, Maddie Claw. At utility, number 15, Chloe Morrison. At utility, number 17, Kelly Frumkin. And at driver, number 18, Lauren Foss. Head coach of the Broncos is Claire Linney. And wearing the dark caps in today's game are the AZUSA Pacific Cougars. In goal, number 1A, Kate Green Jones. At utility, number 2, Skylar Ford. At attacker, number 3, Bree Erickson. At utility, number 6, Kyra Kalavai. At utility, number 8, Melina Guzman Ortiz. At center, number 10, Cheyenne Rainey. And at utility, number 21, Montana White. Head coach of AZUSA Pacific is Julie Snodgrass. Your officials for Game 2 are Victoria Mezek and Brandon Butler. Ladies, 2 minutes to game time.
Welcome back to the Lancer Aquatic Center in Riverside. It's continuing coverage of the 2022 Golden Coast Conference Women's Water Polo Championships. Good afternoon, everyone. Delighted to have you along today. I'm Travis Fanoni. Our second game of the day is the 5th place game between the number 5 seed AZUSA Pacific Cougars and the number 6 seed the Santa Clara Broncos. Tough one for APU yesterday as they lost in overtime to San Diego State 8-7. San Diego State had a late comeback in that game, and the Aztecs scored in the first overtime, and APU was unable to score in the second overtime. They dropped at 8-7. Meanwhile, Santa Clara, they lost to the number 3 seed LMU 9-4. So again, both teams, just like in the 7th place game, looking to finish up the season on the winning note. Earlier today, California Baptist beat Concordia Irvine 13-10. The Lancers led, I should say, pretty much that entire game after they made it 2-1. Well, the starting goalies, first of all, for APU, it's their number 1, Kate Green Jones. She got the start yesterday and she made 14 saves. Meanwhile, it is Liara Senadahura, the number 1 for Santa Clara. Actually, it was Grace Kavanaugh that got the start yesterday. So Senadahura gets the first start. So the sprint won by Montana White. APU is in the black caps, although they are the home team for this game. Santa Clara is in the white caps. Bree Erickson for APU, all the way across for White, who just won that sprint. Played into the hole. And an ordinary foul. Kyra Kahaivi sends it back, and the shot is stopped by Senadahura. We saw Senadahura play against the Lancers here earlier this year. She is a very good goalie, as is Kate Green-Jones. So it's a great matchup in the cage between Liara Senadahura and Kate Green-Jones. Kicked out by Santa Clara, played back to Lauren Baglietto. Another ordinary foul. Baglietto back out to Lauren Voss. Voss waits for a player to flash through the lane and plays to Maddie Clough. Clough into the hole, and a tug draws an exclusion. So Skylar Ford heads off for APU. So Santa Clara, the first power play of the game. This is Chloe Morrison. Shot is stopped by Green-Jones. Good look for Morrison, but Green-Jones was right there. An early kill for APU. Both of these teams 2-5 in conference. APU had the tiebreaker over Santa Clara and Concordia Irvine to finish in 5th place. Shot scores, Montana White. So APU strikes first at 6:30. Nice shot there by White. Found the top corner on Senadahura. The White scored a goal yesterday against San Diego State. Nice counterpunch there by the Cougars. APU now 8-16 overall. Santa Clara is 7-20 overall. The matchup between these two teams during the regular season was on April 1st, and Santa Clara lost that game. APU beat Santa Clara 17-12. It was a very high-scoring game. Game 1 earlier today was high-scoring, very exciting to watch. We'll see if it's the same, the second matchup between APU and Santa Clara. And Azusa Pacific got the regular season win. This is Voss, plays it across. And sent on to Morrison. Now Maddie Clough. Clough into the hole, and it's stolen by Cheyenne Rainey. Passing around the perimeter by Santa Clara. When they put it in the hole, Rainey was right there to take it away. A 5:45 to play in the opening quarter. And a foul in front by APU turns the ball over to the Broncos. And with the ball, Alina Hernandez up top. Kelly Frumkin plays back. So neither of these teams in the national poll right now. There are 4 teams. The top 4 in the GCC are all in the national poll as Voss gets it back for Santa Clara. Oh, a nice shot that beats Green-Jones. That goal comes at 5:15. A minute 15 seconds later. Lauren Voss ties up the game. Voss, her first goal of the tournament. And it's the 6-5 as the shot is stopped by Senadahura. And the ball is going to stay with APU. And the 5-6. Not much separating these two teams. White back for Erickson. Then an offensive foul, and that turns it over to Santa Clara. A couple of offensive fouls for APU have negated some opportunities. Comes Mia Batalega. Batalega to the side, little tug there. Stays with Santa Clara. Clough. All the way out. That's Voss, the goal scorer moments ago. This time it's Santa Clara's turn. Dunk on an offensive foul, and it turns it over to APU. 4.5 to play in the opening quarter. White has some space. White into the middle, out of the reach of Erickson, and it's taken back by Senadahura. Pass just out of the reach there, Bree Erickson for APU. Batalega to the far side. As Ford pressures that Bronco. Batalega flashes through the lane, played into the hole. Ball stays with Santa Clara. Voss again into the middle. And it bounces to Rainey. Well, Santa Clara wants to go into the hole, but APU is just way too strong down there. White shoots and scores. Well, White, her second goal of the game. APU able to strike back at 3:39. What a start for Montana White. It's her third goal of the tournament. That's good defense at one end that leads to a rush the other way. No contact. Voss still with it to Harper Daniels. Daniels up top. Voss, an open look. Again, they feed it in the hole. Once again, it is stripped. That's the third time that Santa Clara has been stripped right in front of the cage. And it looked like Melania Guzman-Ortiz, leading goal scorer for APU, able to strip it away. Gabrielle Martinez to Erickson. She's got a lot of space. Erickson, as Senadahura comes out. There's an exclusion. Well, that one's on Batalega. APU's first power play. Erickson catch and shoot, and she scores. What a cross-pool pass. Good job by Erickson to take it and then fire it past Senadahura. A power play goal at 2:45 gives APU a 3-1 lead. Erickson's first goal of the tournament. I'm going to call that an even strength goal, actually, officially. But at any rate, now 3-1 APU. And an exclusion now on the Cougars. As Martinez heads off. Santa Clara's second power play, then successful on their first. Batalega this way for Daniels. Shot is stopped by Green Jones. That was a good look for Hallie Seed. Oh, 2 kills early on for APU. 2 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Wide open Martinez. He had a pair yesterday for the Cougars. Martinez to Maritza Ochoa. Ochoa back across. This is Maria Boix-Pascual, fires it off the crossbar. A lot of looks for Boix-Pascual, the Spain native. Senadahura plays ahead for Baglietto. Baglietto's got some space. Daniels. Daniels tried to return to Baglietto, deflects off a Cougar defender right to Green Jones. Another turnover in deep for Santa Clara. Martinez plays ahead. Boix Pascual into the hole. And a shot goes in. Melania Guzman-Ortiz, the power move. Able to flip it over, send it to her, and it's 4-1 APU with 59 seconds to play. What a move there by Melania Guzman-Ortiz. Second goal of the tournament. It's now 3 straight goals by APU. Broncos need a late one here. But that shot is blocked. It's picked up by Clough, and she draws a foul. There was a Bronco out front that was hit up high. That's Kelly Frumpkin. Time called because of it. The ref's just going to take a look at Frumpkin, make sure she's all right. Well, Frumpkin's all right. Good to see. A fresh 35 for Santa Clara. There's 39 seconds to go in the quarter. Daniels needs some help. Draw some contact on Maritza Ochoa. Still plenty of time for Santa Clara. Don't need to rush it. And the shot is stopped by Green Jones. That was Frumpkin with the bid. We got a foul away from the ball, and it's turned back to Santa Clara. Frumpkin a good look moments ago. And Green Jones made the save. Frumpkin again. Frumpkin up top, wide open. There's Elle Fredrickson, but her shot is stopped by Green Jones. Good look for Santa Clara. 5 seconds to play. Green Jones, the lob, stopped by Senator Hura. Strong opening quarter for Azusa Pacific of 4-1. Back in a moment.
Santa Clara 4-1. Including our digital tournament insider at GCCWaterPolo.com. It's stats, rosters, and more only at GCCWaterPolo.com.
Welcome back to the Lancer Aquatic Center in Riverside. I'm Travis Vanotti. Start of the second quarter, fifth place game. AZUSA Pacific leads Santa Clara 4-1. The Cougars struck first, a goal from Montana White at 6:30. Then Santa Clara evened the score a minute 15 seconds later on a goal from Lauren Voss. But then APU 3 straight to end the quarter as White picked up her second. And then Bree Erickson, that has been changed to a power play goal now for Erickson. And then finally, with 59 seconds to go, it was Melania Guzman-Ortiz to make it 4-1. So APU 1 for 1 on the power play. Santa Clara 0 for 2. Shots on goal so far, 8-7 in favor of AZUSA Pacific. And the sprint is won again by White. White has won both sprints so far. Strong start for APU, the number 5 seed. Trying to win 5th place at this year's tournament against the number 6 seed Santa Clara. Earlier today, the number 8 seed California Baptist beat the number 7 seed Concordia Irvine in the 7th place game, 13-10. That was a great game. And as the shot by Kayleen Davey goes off the crossbar. What a look for Davey. Ball to Liara Sinadahura. Coming up next, it'll be the semifinals. The first one, the number 2 seed Pacific plays the number 3 seed LMU. That should be a great one. Looking forward to it. And then the day cap going to be the number 1 seed, the defending champs Fresno State against the number 4 seed San Diego State. That should be a great one as well. But day 2 of the 2022 GCC Women's Water Polo Championships. An exclusion on APU. That one is on Cheyenne Rainey. The Rainey heads off. Santa Clara's 3rd power play. They sure could use a power play goal here. Frumkin shoots and scores. So Kelly Frumkin able to beat Green Jones. They do strike on the power play at 7:01. A needed goal there for Santa Clara. Frumkin picked up a goal yesterday for Santa Clara against LMU. Davey is open up top. The shot deflects off of Sinadahura, then the post. Good look for APU. Sinadahura just gets the fingertips on it. A new Ledez, like that Maddie Clough the other way for Santa Clara. Clough back out to Morrison. And then Voss into the hole, and the shot goes in. Baglietto. Baglietto makes it a 1-goal game at 6:22. Baglietto's first goal of the tournament. Really strong start for Santa Clara. They've been able to turn their game around in the first minute 38 of the second quarter. Erickson. Some ordinary contact. Reese Pugh into the middle. Deflects away, and it's picked up by Santa Clara. Well, APU did that a lot in the first quarter. Now it's Santa Clara's turn to steal the ball in the hole. Batalega into the middle. Wide open there. Morrison couldn't get a shot, but they drew draw an exclusion as Pugh heads off. Back-to-back power plays for Santa Clara, now 1 for 3. Chance to tie it. Clough. Up top, Frumkin's shot, and Green Jones gets a piece. Big response from APU on the kill. Oh, Pugh now with the ball. Fresh off the exclusion. Erickson. She has Rainey out front. Elects to send back to Ford. Ford then on to White. Ford outside bid, swallowed up by Sinadahura. Tried to beat her up top. Sent it to her in the middle of the cage. In good position to make the save. Batalega the other way. Batalega's got some space. Dishes off as she was met. Outside bid is stopped by Green Jones. That was Morrison with the opportunity. Green Jones and Senator Hura taking over this game. Erickson. Ordinary foul. Fed to White, and she scores. Montana White picks up the hat trick at 4:19. Beautiful catch and shoot there by APU. Couple of changes for the Cougars. The game's been tied once. APU has led the rest of the time. This is Morrison. Morrison again. Finds Voss. Voss all the way back out. Morrison, a shot bar down. What a shot by Chloe Morrison. Gets it back to a 1-goal lead. But just 23 seconds later, Chloe Morrison. That's Morrison's second goal of the tournament. Another change for APU. A couple of outside shots for Santa Clara have worked out against Kate Green Jones. A shot goes in from up top, this time for APU. That is Kyra Kahavai. So Kahavai, what a drive from up top. Quick answer. And just 15 seconds later, Kahavai's second goal. Well, she is wearing number 6. She was supposed to be wearing cap 15, but she is indeed wearing cap number 6. APU still keeping a bit arm's length against Santa Clara. Voss weighs her options. Nice pass into the hole. The shot stopped by Green Jones. And it stays with Santa Clara. Harper Daniels in tight, robbed by Green Jones. Able to aggressively swim over, though, and maintain possession for the Broncos. Voss has Daniels open, gives it to her. Daniels looking for a shooting lane. Voss a shot, and she scores. Well, Voss pots her second. Once again, it's a 1-goal game. That goal coming at 2:56. What a game so far for Lauren Voss. These two teams just trading blows here in the second quarter. Santa Clara the first 2 goals to make it 4-3. Teams have traded goals ever since. So APU has gone up by 2, and Santa Clara's had a response. Can APU keep the trend going? It's picked up by Kahavai rather. Senator Hura comes out to get it. Ball turned over to Santa Clara. So Kahavai. Chance there. Not the look she wanted. Frumkin plays it to a wide open Daniels. Shot, scores! Deflected over Green Jones, and the game is tied at 6. Timeout called by APU. So finally, Santa Clara able to tie up this game once again. That's a full timeout called by APU. First of the game. So Daniels, it's her first goal of the tournament. And a big one. Credit both teams, just being able to find holes against Green Jones and Sinadahura. Been predominantly a 6-on-6 game. Ready to resume play. APU wanted to kind of calm things down a little bit after back-to-back goals, just 36 seconds apart from Voss and then Daniels to tie up this game. Ball into Kate Green Jones. And exclusion on the near side of the cage. That's on Hallie Seed. APU's just second power play, and they score. So that was Kyra Kahavai. Actually going to give it to Ochoa. So Ochoa scores on the power play, and APU is 2 for 2 now. 6-on-5. Big response by the Cougars 15 seconds later. Ochoa, her first goal of the tournament. And this is Clough with the ball. And Seed couldn't handle it cleanly. Clough again. Clough deflected away by her fellow number 12 and Boix Pasquale, and the shot stopped by Green Jones. Boix Pasquale with the block. Santa Clara gets another opportunity. An outside bid, though. What a move. And the shot goes off at a crossbar. Guzman Ortiz, another slick move in front of the cage. It didn't beat the crossbar this time. Santa Clara with possession. 1:15 to play in the half. Another good one here in the 5th place game. After a very exciting 7th place game. Daniels to Clough. Daniels, open look. Plays to the side. And we've got a whistle before the shot, tugging foul. And it is an exclusion. Bree Erickson off for the first time. Santa Clara back to the power play. They're 1 for 4. Shot blocked. Santa Clara still with it. Daniels is wide open. Batalega elects to go to left side, and the shot is fought off by Green. What a stop by Green Jones. Had to use, I think, part of her face to make that save as well. Well, back to 6-on-6. Santa Clara now 1 for 5 on the power play. Just 34 seconds to play. Shot clock turned off. Santa Clara looks to tie it before the half. And exclusion again. Now this one's on Ochoa as the shot is pulled down by Green Jones. Santa Clara, their 4th power play of the quarter. It's a short lead, but another kill for APU. 10 seconds to play. Ball is played to Ochoa. 3 seconds, a lob shot, stopped by Senadahura, and that does it for the first half. 7-6 APU and a dandy. Back in a couple of minutes in Riverside. Second half on tap here at the Lancer Aquatic Center in Riverside. Once again, I'm Travis Van Nody. This has been a dandy of a fifth place game so far between number 5 APU and number 6 Santa Clara. Game's been tied twice. APU has had the lead. Other than that, they have been led by a hat trick from Montana White, the Cougars. Well, meanwhile, a couple of goals for Lauren Voss for Santa Clara. APU's been perfect 6 on 5. They are 2 for 2. Meanwhile, Santa Clara just 1 for 6. That's been a big part of the game. And shots on goal, 17-18 in favor of Santa Clara. Another sprint won by Montana White. Well, Montana White's won all 3 sprints. Chance to finish off the season on a winning note in this 5th place game. CVU beat Concordia Irvine earlier, 13-10 in the 7th place game. It was a great one. Ball is turned over to Fredrickson. Fredrickson all by herself at the moment. Angled off by Kahavai. And now Santa Clara's got some players up the pool. So it's tracked down by Batalega. Batalega into the middle. Shot by Frumkin. What a save by Kate Green-Jones. Frumkin, an open look. 45 seconds gone by in the third quarter. Here is Guzman Ortiz. We've got an APU foul out front, and Santa Clara goes the other way. Coming up next, the 2 semifinals. Looking forward to it. LMU against Pacific, the first one at approximately 2 o'clock right here on the CVU Lancers YouTube channel. Batalega sends to Frumkin. And she goes under. Ordinary foul on APU. They run it back to Batalega. Remember, APU won the meeting in the regular season 17-12 against Santa Clara. That was on April 1st. APU looks to sweep Santa Clara as it's fought off by Green-Jones. Ball stays with Santa Clara, though. Frumkin with it. Fresh 35 of the Broncos. Morrison. Fed quickly up the wing. As APU triple teams, actually quadruple teams there, and they get the ball. And just too many Cougars. But again, a foul on APU. As the near side ref shakes her head. APU guilty of a couple of offensive fouls right after they get possession. Boss to Batalega. Boss again. Clough to the side. Shot is stopped by Green-Jones. Santa Clara's getting looks, but it's been all Kate Green-Jones here in the third quarter so far. 2 minutes gone by. Martinez flashes through the lane as Ford has the ball. Kicked back to Ford. Her shot is fought off by Senadahura. Actually, it looks like it's a new keeper for Santa Clara. That's Grace Kavanaugh. So Kavanaugh comes in to relieve Liara Senadahura. As we mentioned, Kavanaugh started the game yesterday. Played the entire way, made 8 saves against LMU. So it is now Kavanaugh in for Senadahura. Ford. Pressured by Voss. Ford into the hole. Ball stays with Rainey. Rainey back out. There's Pugh. Sends to the side. Lob shot over the cage. Good idea. We got a timeout called by Santa Clara. An exclusion before that. So that was on Pugh. That's her second. She's the first player in this game to have 2 exclusions. Santa Clara, I believe, used their 30-second timeout there just to get all their players up the pool. I check that it's a full timeout. So one full timeout has been used apiece. And just looking to set up Santa Clara. This is their 7th power play. They're 1 for 6. Frumpkin has their power play goal. Boss shoots off the post, and it's kept out by Green Jones. A race for the ball, and it stays with Santa Clara. Good hustle from Batalega. The Broncos come up empty on the power play, but another possession. A great job by Green Jones to snag that ball away before it drifted in the cage. It's stolen by Guzman Ortiz, who continues her strong play. 4:40 to go in the third quarter. No goals as of yet in the second half. Guzman Ortiz to the side. Kahavai is robbed by Kavanaugh, but it's kept out again as Skylar Ford was all alone in front. Ball stays with APU. Ford absolutely robbed there by Kavanaugh. Guzman Ortiz to Ford. Into the middle. Ford again. Shot stopped by Kavanaugh. Reese Kavanaugh. Contested often. Coming in relief of Senator Hura, and boy, she has been strong. Batalega the other way for the Broncos. This is Morrison into the middle. Frumpkin draws an ordinary foul. Frumpkin back out to Batalega. Frumpkin sidearms it into the hole, and it's swallowed up by Kahavai. But another tug, and Santa Clara gets the ball back. And Julie Snodgrass doesn't like what she's seeing right now for APU. Frumpkin has an ordinary foul on Ford. Batalega all the way across. Clough. Outside bid is swallowed up by Green Jones again. Looked like that ball deflected as well before it got to Kate Green Jones. Been the Green Jones and Kavanaugh show here in the third quarter. Guzman Ortiz. Batalega comes out to meet her. Ford. Back to Guzman Ortiz. Ford. Fed to the hole, and they score. Well, that's Rainey. That's able to beat Kavanaugh at 2:53. APU finally gets a clean look there out front. Well, Cheyenne Rainey, her third goal of the tournament. Picked up a pair yesterday against San Diego State. So back to a 2-goal lead yet again for Azusa Pacific. An exclusion. A chance for Santa Clara as Erickson is off. That's her second. Santa Clara's 8th power play already. Just 1 goal, 6 on 5. Got another exclusion. That's going to be a 6 on 4, and Santa Clara scores. It looked like Fredrickson that got it.
Goal, Santa Clara, number 14.
And it was. Well, Fredrickson, a quick shot on the 6 on 4. And Snodgrass given a yellow card. as she argued that call. The Snodgrass picked up a yellow card yesterday in APU's game against San Diego State. So it's now 8-7. That was Davey that got the second exclusion for APU. As it is a penalty throw now. An important penalty throw. It's going to be taken by Ochoa. Maritza Ochoa stopped by Kavanaugh. What a save for Grace Kavanaugh. Harper Daniels was called for the foul. So remember that one. If Santa Clara is able to come back, Grace Kavanaugh absolutely robs Maritza Ochoa. Into the hole. Santa Clara's got a little bit of momentum, but the shot this time stopped by Green Jones. That was, again, Fredrickson with the opportunity. 8-7 as we get late here in the third quarter. 1:35 to play. Erickson. Wide open, Guzman Ortiz. We got an exclusion on Santa Clara this time. As Voss is called for an exclusion. And APU calls timeout. So the second full timeout called by APU. They've got 1 full and 1:32 left. APU's been perfect today on the power play, 2 for 2. APU has drawn a ton of exclusions in this game. Both teams actually now with 2 goals on the power play. AP looks to get the lead back. A little bit further, actually, I should say. And this game's been tied twice at 1-1 and 6-6. APU has had the lead the rest of the time. Santa Clara has just kept on chasing this game. There's a little bit of discussion on Santa Clara's timeout situation. So they're going to change Santa Clara's timeout to a 30. Which makes sense because they drew an exclusion on their side of the pool. So Santa Clara just wanted to get everybody up the pool. So Santa Clara has all 3 of their full timeouts left. And meanwhile, APU 1 full, 1:32 timeout. But here we go. APU's third power play. They're just going to, again, confer on that timeout. Well, that is the case. Santa Clara has used their 30-second timeout. All 3 of their full timeouts left. All right, 1:30 to play. This is Kahavai to Ochoa. Erickson. Erickson to Kahavai. Ochoa on the outside so far for APU. Guzman Ortiz shoots and scores. Melania Guzman Ortiz able to find the far side corner. That was a rocket. That's her second goal of the game. APU back on top by 2. That is a power play goal, so APU is still perfect, 3 for 3. 1 minute to play in the third quarter. Outside bid, and Santa Clara gets the twine. Chloe Morrison from deep. A big response just 21 seconds later. Well, that is Morrison's second goal of the game. About a 16-second difference, game clock to shot clock. 40 seconds to play. Santa Clara's got to hold strong. They're able to get a steal. So Morrison gets the goal, and then she forces a turnover there. Big last couple of seconds for Chloe Morrison. 17 seconds left. Santa Clara doesn't have to hurry rather. Hurry the shot. Off of the post, and it did go in. Kate Rodman ties the game at 9. With just 4 ticks left on the clock. The Rodman, her second goal of the tournament. One last go for APU, Guzman Ortiz. There was a whistle before the shot, though. And now Santa Clara is going to get one last heave. Kavanaugh with 1 second. But now it's turned over to APU. I don't believe she tossed it quickly enough. The Hoyle back out. Guzman Ortiz is blocked by Frumkin. That's the way the third quarter comes to a close. 9-9. Tied for the third time. Big fourth quarter up next in Riverside.
GCC on social media. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at GCCWP. That's GCCWP for the inside look at the Golden Coast Conference Water Polo. Don't forget to post your favorite moments all season long using the hashtag GCC Water Polo.
Fourth quarter of the fifth place game, and this one has lived up to the billing as well. Number 5, AZUSA Pacific 9. Number 6, Santa Clara 9. Once again, I'm Travis Van Nody. Well, the first quarter was 4-1 APU. At half, it was 7-6 APU. We went a long time in between goals. 2:05 of the second quarter, and then 2:53 of the third quarter was the next goal. That was scored by Cheyenne Rainey. Santa Clara, 2 goals in the final 50 seconds, has tied this game at 9 for the third time. APU 3 for 3 on the power play. Santa Clara is 2 for 9. They've gotten tons of opportunities. Shots are 25-27 in favor of Santa Clara. Well, the 4th sprint won in this game by Montana White. White with the ball. She shoots and scores. Montana White, goal number 4. And just 19 seconds in, APU gets the lead back. Well, the strong game for Montana White continues. She had 1 goal yesterday, got 4 of them in this one. Santa Clara looks for a response. Batalega. Frumkin is double teamed, and the ball goes to APU. Erickson has 2 exclusions. Pugh has 2 exclusions for APU. And nobody has more than 1 for Santa Clara. Well, the Broncos in a good exclusion situation as 2 shots go off at a crossbar. Oh, Santa Clara fortunate. Especially that second one. A lot of net to look at, but both at the crossbar. On the first one, Kavanaugh in good position. Batalega sends back. Clough. Batalega. Thought about leaving it for Frumkin. Continues to play catch with Clough. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Clough, catch and shoot wide. So Santa Clara kind of overloaded the right side, if you will. Guzman Ortiz, actually that's Kahavai. This way for White. She's got the hot hand in this one. Guzman Ortiz now. White. Into the hole, and a goal from Rainey. Beautiful ball movement by the Cougars, and they're up a pair as the clock continues to tick down. I think they're going to have to reset the clock here. Rainey scores her second of the game. They actually do not reset the clock, so 6:01 will call a time of the goal. A couple of seconds did tick off there. And it's turned over to APU. White and Rainey. An exclusion on Santa Clara. White with the ball, as it is Rodman who gets whistled. So APU, their 4th power play, 3 for 3. White, catch and shoot, and a goal. And timeout called by Santa Clara. That time, Kyra Kahavai scores on the power play. So Santa Clara once again's got to try and figure things out. All of a sudden they trail by 3. That's Kahawai's second of the game as well. AZUSA Pacific haven't had a whole lot of power plays in this game, but they have struck on every single one of them. So Santa Clara has 2 full timeouts left. It's been kind of frustrating for Santa Clara, I'd imagine. They've been very disciplined in this game, but APU has made them pay for every exclusion they've taken. Meanwhile, Santa Clara just 2 for 9 on the power play. Got a cap change as well for APU. So Santa Clara, still plenty of time, but as we have a flyover here at the Lancer Aquatic Center, it's a flyover for softball. CBU Aviation Department has a flyover. That's a cool thing that happens here at CBU. And Santa Clara strikes back.
Santa Clara, number 8,
Well, Rodman gets a big goal. She has the last 2 goals for Santa Clara. And boy, the Broncos needed that one. So 12-10 now with 5:07 to play. Kahawai to the side for Erickson. Kahawai shoots and scores. Kyra Kahawai, another goal. That one coming just 16 seconds later at 4:51. Kahawai back-to-back goals for APU. Now remember the regular season game between these teams. APU won at 17-12. Another high-scoring affair between the Cougars and Broncos. Santa Clara's still got to tighten up a little bit defensively. Erickson, major pressure. Santa Clara needs an outlet. 10 seconds on the shot clock, but ball under, turns it over to APU. It's a costly turnover for Santa Clara. Guzman Ortiz. Oh. Yeah, that's a head back on Erickson. It turns it over to Santa Clara. Way too demonstrative on that play by Bree Erickson. Rodman, she's got the hot hand for Santa Clara lately. Shot goes over the cage from Morrison. And it's going to stay with the Broncos. .354 to play. Santa Clara can't waste too many more of these possessions. Ball out. Two refs are discussing the play. Fresh 35 for Santa Clara. Not a must convert, but it's close to it. Frumpkin. Morrison to the side. And an exclusion on APU. And Santa Clara scores right away. It looked like Baglietto that got it. So the ejection was on Guzman Ortiz. And Baglietto did get that power play goal just about a second into it. Baglietto's second of the game. So 3 for 10. Santa Clara now 6 on 5. So Erickson with 2 exclusions, Pugh with 2. Meanwhile, for Santa Clara, still no one with more than 1. Santa Clara within reach. Kahavai takes the shot off the post. Almost beat Kavanaugh. Remember, Kavanaugh came in for the third quarter. Ordinary foul on APU. Baglietto into the hole for Frumpkin. It's knocked away. I checked that was actually Baglietto that was in front. It was fed to her this time and knocked away by APU. Ochoa to Guzman Ortiz. Back to Ochoa, just out of her reach. 10 seconds to shoot for Guzman Ortiz. All the way across. Just 2 seconds on the shot clock. Goes off at a crossbar. It lands right at the side of Guzman Ortiz. Well, APU gets a bounce. Meanwhile, Snodgrass tells APU to take their time. This is a major second possession for the Cougars. Guzman Ortiz off of the crossbar. Another loose ball is picked up by Kavanaugh. But then Santa Clara's whistled on a foul, and a third straight possession for APU. Time now starting to become a factor for Santa Clara. If you're APU, this is exactly what you want. Keep possession of the ball. Kahavai shoots off of the post. The third straight time APU has shot it off of the post or crossbar. Well, Santa Clara still within reach after 3 straight possessions, 2-on-1. Frumpkin is fought off by Green Jones. Green Jones, arguably her biggest save of the game there. 1:29 left. Frumpkin takes a little tug. Frumpkin's cap almost off. Shot by Baglietto, and she scores. The Frumpkin to Baglietto. And with 1:21 to go, Baglietto picks up the hat trick. As Rainey gets back in the game for APU. Back-to-back goals from Lauren Baglietto. As Santa Clara once again within 1. Kahavai. It's pressured by Ford. Check that, Baglietto. Kahavai, some space now. Got a little bit of contact. That's on Erickson. The 1:07 to play. Chance for Santa Clara. After the offensive foul by Bree Erickson. Daniels, but a timeout call by Santa Clara.
Timeout called Santa Clara.
So Santa Clara, one full timeout left. 23 seconds on the shot clock. The credit Santa Clara is time after time being able to come back in this game. 4-1 APU after one. At the half, it was 7-6 APU. After three, it was tied at 9. Game's been tied 1-1, 6-6, and 9-9. So APU one full 132nd timeout remaining. Just to keep in the back of your mind. This is for 5th place in the GCC this year. CBU took 7th place earlier against Concordia. And coming up next, you're not going to want to miss it. LMU against Pacific. It should be a great game. The 2-3 matchup in the first semifinal. This has been a rather lengthy game with all the goals that have been scored. We're approaching an hour and 15 minutes. This has lived up to the billing, certainly. And 23 seconds on the clock. The shot clock, that is. 56 seconds on the game clock. What a steal. Now Kavanaugh, an inaccurate pass. It's taken away by, it looked like White there. And now APU calls timeout. That's APU's final full timeout. They have just their 32nd timeout remaining. But Santa Clara had an opportunity, couldn't even string one pass together, unfortunately, for the Broncos. So if APU just runs out the clock here, there'll be approximately 15 seconds to play. So it'll be interesting to see what APU elects to do, whether they'll just have a defensive set and then rely on their defense to close out this game, or if they'll go for the knockout blow. You figure, why not go for another goal? You take down the shot clock as far as you can, but you get a shot, and then take your chances on defense. If Santa Clara does end up losing this game, they're kind of kicking themselves on that possession. Santa Clara's bench still believes. Green Jones, ball into Kahavai. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Kahavai An area pass. It works out for APU. Under 10 to shoot. Ordinary foul. Ochoa. This way for Guzman Ortiz. 3 seconds. Guzman Ortiz. Shot clock violation, so timeout called by Santa Clara. It's their last.
Timeout called Santa Clara.
Not sure that APU was willing to take a shot there. Didn't look like they were. Just wanted to waste as much time as they could. While Santa Clara wants 3 more seconds put on the clock. And they do have a case. It should be 15 on the clock. Remember, there was a goal scored by APU, I believe, and then about 4 or 5 seconds ticked off of the clock earlier. And one of the refs is conferring with the scoring table. It sounds like 3 seconds are going to be put back on the clock. It is indeed 15 seconds. It could be a very big 3 additional seconds for Santa Clara. Kavanaugh's conferring with the bench to find out where she needs to go. We'll see if they bring Kavanaugh up. There we go. Last chance for Santa Clara. Kavanaugh stays in the cage. 5 seconds. Got to get an open look. Wow, AZUSA Pacific does not allow a final shot. And that's the way the game comes to an end. Credit AZUSA Pacific. What a defensive set. Santa Clara, I believe, wanted an exclusion there. But that's the way the game comes to a close. So AZUSA Pacific hangs on for a 13-12 win over Santa Clara. Congratulations to both teams. What a way to finish the year. But APU ends up sweeping Santa Clara. So they claim 5th place. Santa Clara finishes in 6th. Coming up next, about 2 p.m., LMU Pacific, the 2-3 matchup. First semifinal of the day, right here on YouTube. Until then, have a good day.